हेलो बच्चों, आपका अग्रवाल क्लासेस में स्वागत है। आज हम केमिस्ट्री में कॉन्सेंट्रेशन की डिफरेंट टाइप्स की टर्म्स के बारे में डिस्कस करने वाले हैं। कौन कौन सी टर्म्स हम देख लेते हैं। मोलरिटी, मोलालिटी, मोल फ्रैक्शन, नॉर्मेलिटी, पीपीएम, पीपीबी, पीपीटी, परसेंट वेट बाई वेट, परसेंट वॉल्यूम बाई वॉल्यूम, परसेंट वेट बाई वॉल्यूम। इसमें से फर्स्ट टर्म है मोलरिटी, जिसके बारे में हम पहले ही डिस्कस कर चुके हैं। आपको अगर इसके बारे में जानना हो तो आप मेरी पहली वीडियोस देख सकते हैं। दूसरी टर्म है मोलैलिटी। व्हाट इज मोलैलिटी? मोलैलिटी इज ऑल्सो अ टर्म टू एक्सप्रेस कॉन्सेंट्रेशन। मोलैलिटी कैन बी डिफाइंड एज द नंबर ऑफ मोल्स डिवाइडेड बाई टोटल मास ऑफ द सॉल्वेंट। हम एक बार लिख लेते हैं इस डेफिनेशन को। टोटल नंबर ऑफ मोल्स ऑफ सोल्यूट divided by mass of solvent, but mass of solvent should be in kg. For example, suppose हमारे पास सोडियम हाइड्रोक्साइड है 80 ग्राम and water which is a solvent is 1500 milliliter. What will be its molarity? Molality. First of all, we will have to find the number of moles of solute. This is solute. Number of moles of solute we will find here. Number of moles is equal to given mass divided by molar mass. Molar mass is 23 plus 16 plus 1 40 divided by 40. Number of moles are 2. What is the mass of the solvent? Actually here volume of water is given. We will have to convert this volume into mass. We know density is equal to mass upon volume, and density of water is 1 gram per cubic centimeter. You should memorize it. Density is 1 gram per cubic milliliter. Mass we will have to find. Volume is given, that is equivalent to mass is equal to 1500 gram. But we will have to convert it into kg. That is equivalent to mass is equal to 1.5 kg. Now we can easily find the molality. Molality is represented by small m and it does not depend upon the temperature. This is very important because molality is defined as number of moles of solute divided by mass of the solvent, and mass of the solvent, mass does not change with temperature. That is why molality does not change with the change in temperature, whether temperature gets reduced or temperature gets increased. Molality m will be equal to number of moles. We have already found 2 moles divided by mass of the solvent in kg. We have found here mass of the solvent in kg 1.5. That will be equal to 20 divided by 15. This is approximately equal to 1.33 molar. This is known as molar. The molality of the solution will be 1.33 molar. बढ़ते हैं नेक्स्ट टर्म की तरफ, that is mole fraction. मोल फ्रैक्शन के बारे में पढ़ते हैं हम। Mole fraction. Mole fraction is defined as fraction of mole of solute or solvent in respect of total number of moles of its components in the solution. For example, suppose we have a container in which solvent is there A and we add solute B. B is solute and A is solvent. Then we will introduce new symbol chi. Chi A means mole fraction of A means solvent. Chi B means mole fraction of B, solute. Mole fraction will be defined as the number of moles of A divided by number of moles of A plus number of moles of B. To find the mole fraction of solvent, we will find number of moles of solvent divided by total number of moles of solute and solvent. Similarly, mole fraction of B will be number of moles of B divided by number of moles of A plus number of moles of B. In order to find the mole fraction of B, we will keep number of moles in the numerator and the total number of moles of components. There are 2 components, A is solvent and B is solute. This is mole fraction and this is independent quantity, no unit. इसकी कोई भी यूनिट नहीं होती। दिस इज डायमेंशनलेस क्वांटिटी। नेक्स्ट टॉपिक है नॉर्मलिटी। व्हाट इज नॉर्मलिटी? Normality is also a term to express the concentration of a solution. It is defined as the number of gram equivalents divided by volume of the solution. Means number of solute, number of moles of gram equivalents of solute divided by total volume of the solution. Normality हम एक बार definition लिख लेते हैं. Normality is equal to number of gram equivalents divided by volume of solution in liter. What is this gram equivalent? Gram equivalent find करने के लिए हमें चाहिए n factor. What is n factor? First we will have to introduce n factor. N factor is defined for different types of compounds. It is different values. In case of acid, n factor is the basicity of the acid, that is 2 replaceable hydrogen atoms. In case of bases, it is the n factor is the acidity of the base, which is the replaceable hydroxide ions. In case of salt, it is the total number of positive charge or the total number of negative charge. And in case of redox reaction, n factor is defined as the number of electrons either gained or lost in a chemical reaction. It may be a reducing agent or may be an oxidizing agent. In this case, n factor is, we can write like this, is 2. In this case, n factor is also 2. In this case, n factor is 1. And in this case, depends on the reducing and oxidizing agent, number of electrons transferred or number of electrons gained represents the n factor. Now can you tell what is the n factor in this case? What is the n factor in this phosphoric acid? Naturally replaceable hydrogen atom. Yes, good. This is the n factor, and ki n factor is equal to 3. What about this? What is the n factor in this phosphorus acid? No, it is not 3. Who are thinking 3 are wrong. The n factor is 2. What about this acid, hypophosphorus acid? What is the n factor for hypophosphorus acid? It is not 3. N factor of this is 1. How? Let us see. We will have to first draw the structures of all. First, I am drawing the structure of H3PO4, PO. This is the structure of phosphoric acid. There are 3 hydrogen atoms which are separately attached to 3 different oxygen atoms. These 3 hydrogen atoms can easily be replaced, transferred. That is why its n factor is 3. Now let us draw the structure of H3PO3 phosphorus acid. P double bond O, OH, OH, H. This is the structure of phosphorus acid. Here 2 hydrogen atoms are attached to 2 oxygen atoms. These 2 hydrogen atoms can easily be replaced, but this is difficult to replace. That is why its n factor is 2. Now what about hypophosphorus acid? Let us draw its structure also. Here only one hydrogen atom is attached to oxygen atom. That is why only this hydrogen can be transferred in chemical reaction. That is why hypophosphorus acid has n factor 1. Let us take another example. For example, KMNO4. KMnO4 is potassium permanganate. It is potassium permanganate. Its valency is, oxidation state is, let us calculate. ऑक्सीजन की वैलेंसी 2, 2 4 जा 8, ऑक्सीजन की ऑक्सीजन स्टेट हो गई -8, पोटेशियम की +1. द होल molecule is neutral, therefore oxidation state of manganese will be +1 -8 +7, +1 +7 total +8 -8 neutralizes. KMnO4 की 3 स्टेजेस होंगी, तीन कंडीशंस में हम देखेंगे, एसिडिक मीडियम में, बेसिक मीडियम में एंड न्यूट्रल मीडियम में. KMnO4 इन एसिडिक मीडियम में Mn की हमारी वैलेंसी क्या होगी वो हम देखते हैं. इन एसिडिक मीडियम इट फॉर्म्स Mn2+. हियर इट्स ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट इज +7, हियर +2. हाउ इज इट पॉसिबल? ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट इज बीइंग चेंज्ड, it means it gained 5 electrons, therefore n factor is 5 for manganese in acidic medium. What about in basic medium? In basic medium KMnO4 forms K2MnO4. Here let us calculate the oxidation state of manganese. Here total number of oxidation state of oxygen is -8. 2 is the valency of one oxygen atom. For 4 it is -8. For potassium it is +1. There are 2 atoms, therefore +2. The oxidation state of manganese here for making the molecule neutral is +6, because +2 +6 +8 neutralizes this -8. Now the oxidation state is +6. Here oxidation state of manganese is +7. How is it possible? Because it gained 1 electron, therefore n factor is 1 in this case. Let us see neutral medium. In neutral, KMnO4 forms MnO2. Here the oxidation state of manganese will be calculated. 2 ऑक्सीजन की वैलेंसी है, 2 × 2 4 -4. मैंगनीज की वैलेंसी टू न्यूट्रलाइज दिस molecule will be +4 and -4 cancels out, therefore whole atom is neutral. Here the ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट वैलेंसी जो है मैंगनीज की 4 है और इस कंडीशन में 7 है, +7. देयरफॉर दिस इज पॉसिबल बिकॉज इट गेन्ड 3 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, देयरफॉर n फैक्टर इन दिस केस विल बी 3. आप देख रहे हैं ना KMnO4 की वैलेंसीज KMnO4 में +7 ही है, बट इन डिफरेंट मीडिया it is being changed +2 +6 +4. On the basis of this we calculated n factor here for 5 7 -2 5 electron gain है, 7 से 6 पे चेंज हुआ है, it means 1 electron gain है, n factor is 1. Here valency has changed from +7 to +4, it means it has gained 3 electrons, therefore n factor is 3. Therefore n factor depends on the type of reaction what is being changed. Bases में the number of OH ions that can be replaced is known as the acidity of the base. Please note this point. In case of bases, the number of hydroxyl ions that are transferred is known as its acidity, while in case of acids, the hydrogen atoms that can be transferred is its basicity. Here the acidity of barium hydroxide will be 2. Therefore n factor is equal to 2 of this barium hydroxide base. Suppose we have sodium hydroxide, then this hydroxyl ion is transferred, therefore n factor for this will be 1. Now we take the example of salts. In case of salts, n factor is equal to total positive charge or total negative charge in a molecule. For example, in NaCl there is total +1 charge positive and total 1 charge negative, therefore n factor will be 1. In case of calcium chloride, this is another salt, Here the total positive charge is 2 plus. In chlorine total negative charge is -2, therefore N factor is equal to 2. Let us see another example. Suppose we have aluminum sulfate. Here the total positive charge in aluminum is 1. Aluminum atom has 3 positive charge, therefore 2 atoms will contain plus 6 positive charge, while in case of sulfate it is 2 negative, but here are 3 molecules of SO4, therefore 6 is the total negative charge, therefore N factor will be 6 in this case. So in the salts case, in the cases of salts, we define N factor by the total positive charge or by the total negative charge. In case of redox reactions, how to calculate NF? We have already taken the example of KMnO4 just 2 to 3 minutes before. अगर कोई स्किप करके देख रहा हो वीडियो तो प्लीज़ शुरू से कंटिन्यूसली देखें, सो दैट यू कैन फाइंड द कैलकुलेशन ऑफ N factor in case of redox reactions. How to calculate N factor in case of ions? For example, manganese ions, cations, chlorine ions. Actually these are cations, positive charge ions, these are anions, negative charge ions. In order to calculate its N factor, the total positive charge on an ion is its N factor and total negative charge on an ion is its N factor. It is very simple. Till now we have discussed about the N factors in different types of compounds. Now let us see how do we calculate normality and how to calculate the number of gram equivalents. Let us see first number of gram equivalents. First of all, we will have to see gram equivalent weight or gram equivalent mass. This is equal to molar mass divided by N factor. Molar mass divided by N factor is the gram equivalent mass. For example, in case of sulfuric acid, molar mass will be 2 plus 32 plus 64, that is equal to 98 gram, and N factor of H2SO4 is 2. We have already seen in this lecture. Molar mass is 98, N factor is 2, 49 gram is the gram equivalent weight. Equivalent mass will be equal to molar mass divided by N factor, first of all. Secondly, we have to find the number of gram equivalents. In case of H2SO4, there is 98 gram molar mass, 49 gram equivalent weight, and 2 is the N factor, is the number of gram equivalents. Number of gram equivalents will be equal to given mass divided by gram equivalent mass. Gram equivalent mass. Number of gram equivalents, this is gram equivalents. Let us see, in case of gram equivalents, we divided molar mass by N factor, and that is 49 gram equivalent. But in case of number of gram equivalents, we will be given mass. Here let us take it like 98, then gram equivalent mass, this is gram equivalent mass divided by 49, this will be equal to 2. That is why number of gram equivalents will be 2. Suppose we are given 196 gram. Suppose we are given 196 gram of H2SO4, then find the number of gram equivalents. Then number of gram equivalents will be equal to given mass divided by gram equivalent mass 49, and that will be equal to 4. This 4 is the number of gram equivalents. it is the quantity that we put here. It is the number of gram equivalents that we put here, number of gram equivalents divided by volume of the solution. Solution का volume should be in liter. Hence we can find normality in this way. एक इंपॉर्टेंट चीज हम और देख लेते हैं. नॉर्मेलिटी इज इक्वल टू मोलरिटी इनटू एन फैक्टर. प्लीज सी केयरफुली. नॉर्मेलिटी इज इक्वल टू मोलरिटी इनटू एन फैक्टर, बट नंबर ऑफ इक्विवेलेंट्स इज इक्वल टू मोलर मास or given mass, whatever the condition it is, divided by n factor. The point to be noted here is n factor is being multiplied by molarity here in order to get normality, but in this situation number of equivalents, number of, actually this is gram equivalents, number of gram equivalents is equal to given mass divided by n factor. N factor is being divided here and this is being divided by n factor. Here is the multiplication by n factor, here is the division by n factor. This is very important and this should be noted. Now we proceed towards ppm. ppm means parts per million. ppm means parts per million. million means 10 raised to power 6. ये बात बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, नोट करने की है. माइक्रो मीन्स 10 raised to power -6, बट मिलियन मीन्स 10 raised to power +6. पार्ट्स पर मिलियन में कॉन्सेंट्रेशन को मेजर करने के लिए हम 3 तरीके यूज कर सकते हैं. ppm, मास बाई मास, ppm बाई मास बाई मास, जिसको हम वेट बाई वेट भी कह सकते हैं, मास बाई वॉल्यूम और वॉल्यूम बाई वॉल्यूम. लेट अस सी व्हाट इज दिस. इन केस ऑफ वेट बाई वेट, ppm बाई वेट, we will calculate ppm as mass of solute divided by mass of solution into 10 raised to power 6. Mass of solute should be in gram, it should be in gram also, then into 10 raised to power 6. In case of mass by volume, we will take mass of the solute in gram here, but the volume we will take in milliliter in the denominator, then we will multiply it by 10 raised to power +6. In case of volume by volume ppm, we will calculate volume of the solute above, that is in numerator, divided by volume of the solution in milliliter in the denominator, and then we will multiply by it 10 raised to power 6. Then we will calculate ppm in volume by volume. Now let us see ppb. ppm and ppb both are same, but the difference is m is for million, b is for billion. And what about ppt? In case of ppt, parts per trillion, T stands for trillion. In case of million, we are using 10 raised to power +6. In case of billion, we will use 10 raised to power +9, and in case of trillion, we will use 10 raised to power +2. These 3 topics can be calculated so simply by this method. Now let us see about the weight percent volume by volume, percent weight by volume. We are seeing this 8th part, percent weight by weight. Percent weight by weight means mass of solute divided by mass of solution into 100. Both should be in gram or both should be in kilogram. Generally we take in grams. In case of percent volume by volume, we will take volume of solute divided by वॉल्यूम ऑफ सॉल्यूशन, दिस इज very important that this is the volume of the solution into 100 is for percent. In case of weight by percent, weight by volume percent weight by volume, mass of solute divided by volume of solution into 100. This is generally taken in milliliter and this is generally taken in gram. Into 100 is for mass percentage, or we can take accordingly according to the question. आई होप ये टॉपिक्स आपको समझ में आए होंगे, अच्छे से समझ में आए होंगे। नहीं समझ में आए होंगे, कोई डिफ़िकल्टी लगती है तो कमेंट बॉक्स में आप पूछ सकते हैं, कमेंट कर सकते हैं। अगर समझ में आ रहा है तो लाइक करना ना भूलिए और सब्सक्राइब तो कर ही दीजिए और बेल बजा के। बाय बाय, मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में।